Welcome back one and all for the latest episode of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly at Liverpool FC podcast, brought to you by the LFC File and myself, Ben Green. Thanks very much for stopping by. We've got quite a lot to cover today. So as usual, remember, please do like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you know when the latest episode is going to be available. And of course, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on the content and Liverpool in general. So I would like to start by just paying my condolences and a brief acknowledgement for the upcoming anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster, which will be tomorrow. And when was that? 1989. It will be the 36th anniversary. Time flies. Also as well, there was a minute's silence which was impeccably observed yesterday in Liverpool's game. So all the best to those affected by those events. That brings us on swiftly to the good, and the good this week is of course the 2-1 victory over West Ham yesterday, which was a very hard-earned affair. We have to say Liverpool took the lead through Luis Diaz when he converted Mo Salah's cross, which he received the ball for that, made a fantastic turn, turned the West Ham player inside out. That was from the pass from, who was it? It was from Ibu, wasn't it? And he turned the West Ham player inside out and went on one of his runs and played a lovely ball in, which Diaz just met in his stride. Bang. Fantastic 1-0. That was on 18 minutes. And then, Liverpool couldn't really get much out of it for the rest of the first half, not through lack of endeavour. But West Ham sort of done their best to frustrate Liverpool, let's put it that way. But in the second half, Andy Robertson unfortunately scored an own goal on 86 minutes, and that sort of gave West Ham a bit of hope. I was watching it and my other half came in and said, "What's the score?" This was on about 83, 84 minutes, and I said, 1-0, but I think we'll do good. We'll do well to see this out, to be honest. And then the next thing, Andy Robertson got the own goal and they bloody equalised. But cometh the moment, cometh the man, cometh the hour, isn't it? Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Anyway, Virgil van Dijk headed Liverpool into the lead again on with 89 minutes, I think. And then there was 7 minutes squeaky bum time. Time added on. So yes, that was a little bit nerve-wracking, but we saw it out. And as reported in The Guardian by Simon Burnton, his headline, "A shocking second half did not quite derail Liverpool as Virgil van Dijk's late header secured 3 points against West Ham." And need I say more? So not the best of performances, but you have to give credit to West Ham, and Virgil van Dijk made reference to that after in the post-match, where he said, they made it very difficult, and they did. So well done for Liverpool. 3 points in the bag, and we'll come on to that a bit later. So yes, got to be happy with that. It looks as if number 20 could well be coming back to me, as you side. Moving swiftly on to the not bad. And the not bad is, of course, the news that came out this week in The Athletic. David Ornstein with his headline, "Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk closing in on new 2-year Liverpool contracts." And as we know, Mo Salah signed his in the week. It was something that I covered just briefly during the week. So, brilliant news. That will go a long way to settling the nerves of a lot of the Reds faithful who were wondering what the club would do if this dynamic duo here parted company. So it's something we don't have to worry about for now. It does give Richard Hughes and his team there some time to find replacements, which won't be easy, but at least, it gives him a year, 18 months. So yes, let's see. But it's very good news, and Virgil van Dijk hinted yesterday that he would also be signing a new contract in the coming days. So yeah, really good news. And David Ornstein went on to say both players had entered the final months of their existing deals, but a breakthrough in negotiations has been reached, and the pair are set to sign new terms through to June 2027. So happy days. And moving swiftly on to the Smugly. And the Smugly this week is simply the fact that Liverpool are top of the league. We are top of the league by a healthy 13 points. And I believe we need six points from the remaining 6 games in order to bring home number 20. I've got so the league table shows Liverpool ahead on 76 points, Arsenal on 63, having drawn on Saturday against Brentford. And as I've been saying all along, Arsenal at the moment, they've always got a loss or a draw in them, to be honest. Maybe they're focusing on the Champions League, I don't know. It's a very good result for them during the week. So if you're a Gooner, I think you'd have been, apart from very surprised, very happy with the result. So well done there. A little bit of jealousy on my side, but there you go. You're in it. You probably won't win it, but you're still in it. And I think the fact that Liverpool aren't means that we just have a game a week now for the rest of the season. And I think that is going to play into Liverpool's hands and mean that there's a little more time to prepare, a little more time to rest. And that will do Liverpool and the team and the squad no end of good. So very happy with that. That's it's really looking good, and you can see the players have been a bit tired actually, and struggled a bit in a couple of the games. Of course, you have to give the opposition credit, but nonetheless, I think it's fair to say that the players have looked a little bit jaded, and I think the fact that we're out of the Champions League now is probably going to be a blessing in disguise, I would say. Blessing in disguise. And on that note, it brings us swiftly on to... I'm moving through this quite quickly actually, because this is my second attempt. I recorded it first in 4K, and it took ages to upload into the into LumaFusion, so I'm doing it again in 1080 now. So yes, hence motoring along a little bit. But that brings us on to the part of the show where we review the exploits of the world-renowned FC Akihansalfish Fantasy Premier League team, who this week have amassed 72 points, a decent score above the average of 38 so far. It's a double game week, hence I've piled in on Palace players Munoz, Itzi and Mateta. Itzi was the only one who done any good there actually. The other two let me down. I think Mateta scored, but it was offside actually. I think it was Mateta. No, it was Easy scored. I was watching the game, and then Man City come back and really stuffed them 5-2 in the end. So quite deservedly Munoz on 0 points. 18 Nuri, he got 14. He's the highest scorer for me there. Isaac got 10. He's my captain this week, seeing as Newcastle have the double game week and will play Palace later on. And I plumped for Eddie Howe. It was out of Eddie Howe and Ollie Glasner, and I just thought Steady Eddie is probably going to give me the most points, and so far it's turned out to be the best choice. So let's see. And I hear Eddie Howe, he wasn't very well, I think, was he, over the weekend? So all the best to him. Hopefully he makes a quick recovery. Who else was there of note? Yeah, that's about it really. Luis Diaz got 9. That's always a good one. Salah a little bit quiet. A little bit quiet. I mean, he got the assist, didn't he? But more than that, not a great deal. Yes, 72 points. Could be a lot worse. And going to the league situation here on the Düsseldorf Super League, I maintain my healthy lead. It's not that much actually. You'll notice it's not as much now. It's what? Can't work that out. It's less than 100 points now anyway, and that's because I gave away probably about 12-16 points because I bought in the Palace and Newcastle players. So yeah, I think it's worked out well so far, and I think the lead has afforded me to do that. They think it's all over. He played the triple captain I saw this week, but not enough for him to assail my lead. So I'm looking odds on to take that one home. And on the League of Kings, what's this? Got 2016 points over Overland and Sea. Mr. Chris Gale having a decent week, but again not really making a dent. Has to be said. What's that? So 60 points by my humble math ahead there. Again, it would have been more, but with those transfers, I've given some of that up. But I think with such a good lead, I've been able to do that. So yeah, that covers that. On another note, actually, for those of you that may know, I'm a keen motorcyclist, and on the 18th of May this year, I'll put a screenshot there. I'll be taking part in this year's Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. I'm going to be doing the Düsseldorf one, but not most cities, but a lot of cities across the world will be holding a ride. There'll of course be one in London. That'll be chocker. Most cities in the UK. So I will be doing that. I'll put a link down there somewhere in the description. If you'd be so kind as to leave a donation, that will be very nice. Or of course, if you want to just leave a donation direct, that's also fine. It will be very much appreciated. That's in aid, if you don't know, of for men's health and mental health in particular, and suicide prevention. So please do, if you can, spend, sorry, that's the German word, spend, and donate a few bob and make some people happy. You never know, we might need the help ourselves at some point. So please do. Finally, just a quick word on the season review for last year. It's still available, third and number 10. And of course, the new one will be out probably end of May, June, with a big fat 20 on it, hopefully. So look out for that. Priced for a paperback is about £9, something like that, maybe a bit less, and £5 or £6 for the ebook, if that's your thing. And again, there'll be a link down below in the description. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yep. So on that, next week. Next week's episode will be from an exotic location. My suitcase is packed. I will say no more. But until then, look after yourselves. Look out for the FPL update on Friday, with the final scores on the doors, and enjoy the rest of the week. Take care of yourselves, as I say, and of course one another, And until then, peace, your LFC file.